Good morning and welcome to the Dance to Learn podcast with your host, Jessica Strong. The Dance to Learn podcast is the place for dance educators and studio owners to get the best dance teacher resources, tips, and advice to help you dance, learn, and grow right along with your students. Let's get into today's episode. Hello, dance teachers and studio owners. Welcome back to the Dance to Learn podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Strong, and I am so excited to be back with another episode of the podcast. Now, if you are new here, please take a moment to subscribe to the podcast. I would love to have you as a listener, and if you are a returning listener, thank you. I'd love to know what keeps bringing you back, so take a moment. Pause this episode and go leave me a review. I would love to hear from you. Now, this month I started something new for my dance teacher members, and I am starting to release a new continued dance education course each month. So this is a mini course, and each month it'll be on a different theme and something new. And for our first course, it was Classroom Management 101. And when I was compiling the information for this month's course, I realized that classroom management is such a big topic. It's really beyond what we can realistically fit into an hour-long mini course. But regardless of that, a lot of great information was shared, and while I can't share everything from that members-only course with you, I can share my top 3 classroom management tricks just because they are just too good not to share. All right, so the first classroom management trick that I want to share with you today, I call magic super glue. Now, I use magic super glue when it comes to helping my dancers wait their turn. When I was a new dance teacher, I always had a problem with my dancers just running around the room as soon as I played the music. They would just get really excited and they just wanted to move, and you know what? That's understandable because they were in a dance class. But when it's time to dance across the floor to practice our skills, I want to be able to focus on each dancer and not on a classroom full of free dancing ballerinas. There is a time and place for that, but not for across the floor. So I quickly realized that expecting my preschool age dancers to stand and wait their turn was unrealistic, because of course they were going to want to move their feet when they hear the music. So what I decided instead was to have them sit down to see if that would work better. And it did. And so because of this, I actually came up with a quote that I used for my dance teacher trainings, and it's dancers on their feet move their feet, but dancers on their seat wait their turn. When they were sitting, they were much more likely to wait their turn, especially if they were sitting crisscross applesauce. But every now and again, I would still have a couple dancers that would get really excited when the music started playing. So that's when I created the magic super glue trick. So what you do is your dancers hold out their hands and you ask, what color super glue do you want today? And you get answers like, oh, I want pink, or I want rainbow with sprinkles, or purple and blue with silver sparkles. So whichever color they choose, you sprinkle the glue on their hands, and then when everyone has it, they rub their hands together, and then they pat the glue all over their bodies, their backs, their bottoms, their hands, their feet, and they super glue themselves to the wall or to the floor. And now the key to this is that they can't have a turn until I sprinkle some magic on them to release the magic super glue. Now this makes it really easy to manage anyone who forgets that they are super glued, because all I have to do is say, uh-oh, you forgot that you were super glued. You better go run and super glue yourself again so that you can have a turn. All right, dance teachers, the second trick I want to share with you today, I call my magic fairies. And I use this one primarily in my tap classes to help manage all of those tiny tap shoes. But the first thing that we do is talk about how there are magic fairies that live in our dance studio. You can also change fairies to dragons, mermaids, teddy bears, trolls, whatever creature you'd like. But in my classroom, the magic fairies just love watching the dancers dance. They even learn all the dance moves themselves. What they don't love, though, is really loud and sudden noises, like when the dancers start tapping their taps when the teacher is talking, or during transitions when the fairies aren't ready for it. Those loud sounds can actually scare our fairies away, and if it happens enough, they will fly to other dance studios. So what we do is we want to give them a warning. So what we do is we sit down and when we first start learning about the different parts of our tap shoes, we'll sprinkle some magic pixie dust on the tap of our shoe or maybe the heel of our shoe. And then we'll slowly and quietly tap on the floor so we don't scare the fairies away. Now, I know that the little ones just want to get their energy out and they want to tap those tap shoes. So what we do is we give the fairies a warning and we say, okay, magic fairies, we are going to get loud, so you'd better go hide. And then I count 1, 2, 3. Go crazy! And the kids get to tap all of those taps out. And what's great about this is if a little one forgets and they just start tapping during quiet times, all I have to do is quickly remind them of the fairies and remind them that we don't want to scare them all away. My last classroom management trick also has to do with my magic fairies, but this time I use them during our transitions to avoid running and screaming. So this time the magic fairies live on the walls of our dance room, and we want to catch a magic fairy, but in order to catch them we have to move slowly and quietly. So we put on our tiptoes and we quietly walk to the wall where the magic fairies live, and shh, don't go too fast. Then we all get to the magic fairy wall and we catch our magic fairy and we put it in our pocket to keep it safe. And that just means that we sit crisscross applesauce. And I ask all of my dancers to show me the magic fairy that they caught, and they'll even tell me what color it is. Now this can also be extended to waiting turns, because if a dancer starts to dance before their turn, I can just quickly redirect them to catch a new magic fairy. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my 3 classroom management tricks that I shared from my Classroom Management 101 mini course. Now, if you're curious about the full hour-long mini course, it is only available for Dance to Learn members, but I'll quickly share what our memberships are and what's included so that you can join the Dance to Learn community. Now, the most valuable membership is the Dance Educator membership. This membership provides you with our entire library of done-for-you lesson plans in the styles of creative dance, pre-ballet, and preschool hip-hop. Now we do add new themed lesson plans every month, and all the lesson plans are focused on conceptual dance education. Now, additional perks in this membership also includes access to our private Dance to Learn community. Now, this is a private members-only Facebook group, and inside the group we share additional resources with our members that aren't shared anywhere else. And members are able to connect to share what their studio is learning. They can ask questions. They can even seek tips and advice from other members. Additionally, members in the Dance Educator membership receive 20% off of any new lesson plans that are released, like our upcoming 10-week Mommy Teddy Bear and Me curriculum. They also get 20% off any master classes or dance concept boxes that aren't currently included in their membership. And the last perk to a paid membership is our monthly continued dance education mini courses like Classroom Management 101. And these are shared with our members once a month, and they are broadcast live via Zoom, and they are also recorded and uploaded into the Dance to Learn community. This way they can be accessed at any time during your membership. So if you would like to become a member, I would love to invite you to join us. You can try your first month for $10, and then to continue accessing all of these amazing dance teacher resources, it's $49 a month afterwards. We do have other memberships available to suit your needs, so visit dancetolearn.co/memberships to view all of our membership packages to determine which one is the right one for you. And I've also shared the link to our membership packages in today's podcast description. But thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. Let me know which of these 3 classroom management tricks were your favorite, and happy dancing! Bye! The Dance to Learn podcast airs every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Leave a 5-star review of the podcast, and your review may be read on air for your chance to receive a $10 Amazon gift card. To be a guest on the podcast or for advertising inquiries, please email info@dancetolearn.co. Happy dancing!